guys? I'm Cam from State of Illusion. I'll give you a little rundown of what I use on stage and off stage in the studio. First up is my baby. This is my ESP LTD Deluxe EC-1000. I am running solely EMG 81. This is my go-to. It's the most comfortable guitar I own. This is my ESP LTD EC-401FM. This is a really smooth guitar. It also has the 81, but I left the 60 in for some tone. The buttons on my strap. Alright, I have Black Sabbath from their last record. I have Michael Myers, who is the A1 since day one slasher, my favorite Halloween, my favorite. And this is Angels Among Ashes, some really cool dudes out of Columbia, South Carolina, our homies. This one is In Queso Emergency, break glass, cause cheese is really where it's at. And this is a pin I got at a Wonder Years VIP thing for Sister Cities on their tour this year. Now I'm going to show you where the magic happens. So, we're kind of covered up right now, but we'll go with the pedal board first. Alright, what I got here, I got my TU2 Boss, my tuner. Runs into my Canyon, which is the sweetest delay ever made. This is a Line 6 multi-effects. We really use two of the effects that it does, but this one's for the Dark Angel solo. It's a tremolo 5 effect, and this is my Ibanez digital delay that I use every once in a while in some solos. And this is my control switch for my Blackstar HT 100. I don't use an overdrive pedal because this thing is really beefy and it gets the job done. This is my clean, I don't use that one, and I use full overdrive on this one. This is the bad Blackstar, 100 watts of fury. This thing is powerful, and Tom Cardin really loves this amp. So if he swears by it, I swear by it. JCM stack. Celestions. Simple.
What's up, guys? I'm Jericho from State of Illusion. We're here at the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia. How to play with 10 years. He's Wallen of Breaking Benjamin and Giving In. And he's going to give you guys a rig rundown today, the guitars and the equipment we use here. So, first, my number one guitar. It's a 1971 Hagstrom Swede. My dad gave it to me when I turned 18. Mahogany body, mahogany net, ebony fretboard. Let's see, it's got it's all stock except for the DiMarzio Super Distortion here, and it's got a new. We put a capacitor in the back to keep the tone while you're turning your volume down. This is my baby, the next Hagstrom. This is Hagar the Horrible. Another Hagstrom Swede. This was 1974. Same situation. Everything is exactly the same on this guy. Except she's black. She's beautiful. I use this one. This is my drop C sharp tuning. This is my just half set down standard tuning guitar. It's nice. What guitar tuning here. The next, this is my Jericho Elite 6 Ignition Baritone. It's going to be on the new record. We tracked a couple songs, or we started writing a couple songs rather. And this is drop G, 27-inch scaling, basswood, and it's got DiMarzio Titans in it. This is the Kramer Pacer Special, probably 1982. I think. It's got, stay in tune, we got the string locks, we got the whammy here, and Tom from Solar has put a Fender N2 in here, and I use this for my alternate tuning for Wings and a Rose and a couple of songs we're writing for the new record. Lastly, it's my Ibanez Harwood AW40. Mahogany body spruce top. I got it because of the beautiful neck inlay. The Fine Life or whatever they call it. Put Fishman pickups in it. And got this thing for $250, but it plays like a $500+ guitar. And then this strap was given to me a long time ago when I was in high school. And got a bunch of people to sign it. First it started with people in high school, but then when we played with, as we started playing with bands, we had like Stained, signed it here, Stained, Chevelle. We got Cold, Flaw, 10 Years signed it back when we saw them a long time ago. On the Division tour. And they're playing Division tonight. Anyway, step over. Oh yeah, I use the Ernie Ball skinny top heavy bottoms on these two. These are the Not Even Slinkies. On my alternate tuning, I've been using the hybrid Slinky, but I might change that. And on my acoustic, I use the DiMarzio. I usually use lights. It's medium tonight, but usually lights. And I use these in-tune picks. Yeah, we got a couple here. I got the logo on the front, signature on the back. These are sweet. I love them. They're similar to the Dunlop Jazz 3s. I think it's 1.4 millimeter, 1.14 rather. Let's step over here. This is the rig. My dad and I built this case. Housing for sort of something different, and then Tom from Solarist and I modified it to make it a rack mount. What we've got is, we'll start at the basics. A couple drawers with all sorts of various stuff. We've got the power, the Axe Effects, Fractal Axe Effects 2. This is the Mark II. My tone is based around the bulb tone. I just modified a little bit. And I've got some acoustic stuff in here. And anyway, that's running through this power amp, which powers the cab, which we'll talk about in a second. Got the Galaxy Audio AS900 in-ear system right now. And then we got our laptop running our quick track and whatnot. And up here, we've got our pedal board. It's very simple. This is my A rig. I'll show you the B rig later. But it's very simple. We've got controlling the, well, we'll start here. Just the Boss TU3 tuner. That runs into the Axe Effects, and this runs MIDI out into the Axe Effects also. Peak 2005. I can't remember the name of it. 4-channel. Like 32 bank or something like that. And then normally I've got this guy running. This basically is just like an EQ and compressor that I use. I'm not going to use it tonight actually because the sound guy is so good. But normally that'll just EQ compress, and I sometimes use a little bit of echo. I cut everything else off. Very simple. I don't know if you can see. These are the Marshall 1960. This is the 1960B. It's stock. It's got the Celestion. What's it? G12 T75 or whatever it's called. And stock. And then we got these little covers made by Vintage Logos, and that's my library. Pretty simple. For some reason, people get freaked out by it. But that's it. That's my rig. Hey Guys, welcome to our rehearsal space. We share this with soloists, so that's why you see all the yellow here. But I'm going to talk to you about a couple things that I missed in the first rundown, and then tell you about my B-rig. So first things first, we got the two Hagstrom Swedes like we talked about last time, the red and the black. So like I said before, pretty much everything is stock, except for the Super Distortion. Also forgot about the brass bridge, which is really nice. It's hefty. And cool thing about this one, I keep the strap that, of course, got the DiMarzio clip locks, which I love, but my fiance gave me this. It's got the band name on it. I might do it on the other ones. We'll see how that goes. But cool little thing here about these two. Again, this is a 71, this is a 74. You can see a real difference in the two if you step over here for a second. Just between the 3 years, look at the angle of the headstocks. This has got like a pretty drastic angle where this is more straight. And the big difference to me, you can tell, at least in my opinion, I can tell the sound of the two apart, but also the feel. Like this one's neck, the Hagatha, her neck is a little thinner, but Hagatha, Hagar the Horrible, same thing. Just everything's the same except for the brass bridge on that and that angled headstock. But these are, like I said, they're the old ones, so they're both made in Sweden, unlike the new ones, which are made in China. I showed you the Jericho, but you probably have a better light. Its name's Bartimaeus, after Bartimaeus from the Bible. I thought that was kind of a cool name because Bartimaeus was right outside of Jericho, and like Baritone, Bartimaeus, I don't know, they kind of sound similar, but this one's got all like hip shot hardware on it, and the hip shot locking tuners. And the cool thing about this one that I don't have on any other guitar is it's got a kill switch, single coil, and humbucker position, which is great. I use that kill switch and the single coil a lot, at least so far on the new songs. I love it. Oh yeah, the DiMarzio Titans, I'm sure I told you about earlier, which I didn't know when I got it, are Jake Bowen from Periphery's signature pickups. I love them. They sound great. DiMarzio makes awesome stuff. I love their pickups. I showed you this guy in the light. You can see a little better. The Kramer Pacer Special. Now, the cool thing about this one that I don't think I mentioned earlier is this is like the 82-ish model. We think it's 82 anyway, and it still says patent pending on it. So this was like really early. It's got locking tuners, and it's got these string locks that Brian from Bone Labs put on there for me, and that's to keep it, you know, really nice tuning. And the tuning, I told you before, is like the tuning used for Wings and a Rose. And one of the songs, so far at least, that we're writing for the new record, it's like an open A flat with like an E flat on the bottom. But yeah, her name is, or well, his name I guess, is Satchel, after Satchel from Steel Panther, because he, at least until like this last year, I think, used Kramer Pacers. So that's an awesome guitar. And I showed you the Artwood series Ibanez, and now you can probably see that inlay a little better. Just put this guy in there, custom made. Well, basically I just cut a one of the Planet Waves like sound hole covers in there, and it's really ghetto, but it fits. I think that's all on that one. But anyway, let's talk about the B-rig real quick. I guess I'll start with the amp here, and then we'll move to the pedals, because The pedals are set up very specifically because this amp is limited in what it can do, but it's amazing. So this is the Soldano Atomic 16. I've never seen one quite like this before. A lot of them are combo amps with a 212. I believe a 212 anyway, but this is just the head by itself in a nice red, which is cool. And it's 20 watts, despite the name being 16. I don't understand, but it's only single channel. That's the limitation of this. I use the same cab, that Marshall JCM 1960B, with those G12T75s in it. Anyway, so I have to compensate for the single channel by having this, hey Lilo, having this pedal board as complicated as it is. So basically, of course, I run to the TU3 tuner. I run from this into the ABY selector, and I have the Y part blocked off so I don't accidentally activate both. So I'm just using the AB channel to switch from the Soldano being my rhythm channel. Well, I'll show you. I run into this guy, which is it's like a hum eliminator because you get a lot of 60 cycle hum, and because I only have a single channel and I want to clean, what I'll do is run out of the A, usually DI, just to get like a very standard clean. So I don't play clean a lot. Cameron does most of the clean guitar playing. And then I run out of that into this awesome one control white loop. It's the minimal. It's just it's a loop pedal, which is really cool because if I want my effects, excuse me, I'll just step on it and that'll activate both of my effects pedals at once, which is awesome because the Soldano, it has a really like awesome boxy rhythm tone. It is nasty sounding, it's huge, but with leads it's very I mean, it's already a super unforgiving amp, and that teaches you to be a better guitar player, but with leads it's like there's very little sustain. So what I do is run into this full tone OCD overdrive to kind of milk up, like cream up the guitar tone a little bit. Adds a little more sustain and just makes it sound not as shrill or harsh. And I run into this. This is like a throwaway Cool Music Echolation delay. I got it for like $40 just to kind of test it out to see if it sounded cool. It doesn't. But it adds just a little bit of what I need on there as far as delay is concerned. Run back into the effects loop. So basically with one switch I'm using two effects at one time so that I don't have to do a lot of tap dancing. And then I run that out into the Soldano. And then, like I mentioned earlier, staple of my live set at smaller venues is the TC Helicon Harmony GXT. I keep everything off on that one except for its little smart EQ and compression that it does, and a little bit of echo. And that's it. Like, it does a lot of cool stuff, but I only use those two. So I just run the mic in, mic out, and so that hopefully compresses my voice a little bit and EQs it to make it a little brighter because I have a very dynamic voice, or at least like dynamic in volume. So the sound guys fight that a little bit. This helps out. And that's my B-rig, just in case the Axe Effects unit goes down or we don't need all that laptop nonsense. But yeah, I love this setup. It's just the Axe Effects keeps it way more streamlined. It sounds great. This sounds great. We're using both on the record. recording the Axe effects with the DI track first, and then we're going to reamp with the Soldano, and probably borrow Tom from Solar's triple rec, I imagine. But yeah, that's all of my gear. Hope you guys found this enjoyable, and we'll see you at a show sometime.